Okay, everybody, so this is day 2 with Zorro, and we checked him out kind of on the ground yesterday, and George played with him a little bit now, and now we're going to go through the rest of stage 1 and see where the holes are. So the first part's saddling. So how does he take the blanket? Is he bothered by that at all? That looks pretty good. And the saddling, and pick up the saddle the correct way and have it so it just sits on your horse nice and easy. Now it's important that you do these things with your own good horse in a way that if you had a horse that you've never seen before or never rode before, you're not clumsy with your tools and how you move things. Well, every horse is going to be different. So the whole time you're saddling, you're just going to be watching the horse and seeing how their reaction is. Are they froze? Are they locked up? Now, if that was a colt, you probably wouldn't want to put that stirrup up on the horn. If it were to fall down, it might slap the colt's side and get him to jump. Good. Oh, there it goes. So I'm on Gus right now. We just had a good ride, and now he's getting some relaxation just sitting here. His job right now is to help me film. So for the saddling process, you're gonna get the saddle kind of snug, and then you're gonna move them around 3 times, and you're gonna cinch it up a little tighter each time. Okay, a real introverted horse, right brain introvert, they might buck at this point. So get him to come forward off a feel. Make sure he doesn't jump on top of you. You can drive him away if you needed to. Good. You can see, just like yesterday, his mind is other places, his mind is outside. So if you want to just move that saddle rack out of the arena, George. So he's going to move the rack and not make it a big deal, but he's going to keep an eye on the horse. Should the horse go to explode or do something not very pleasant. Oh boy, Gus. All right, so now George's going to move him around, do some circling games, some sideways, some squeeze, maybe push some buttons, see what happens. If you were to ask him to trot a little faster, what's going to happen? Good, change of direction. Okay, can you yield the hindquarters just by the rope? Oh, next time, yeah, lift the rope up. So yesterday we talked about there's a couple different ways you can get the hindquarter yield. So one is if you lean down and drive them away, and you might do that more for working on liberty. But when you're working with a horse and you want them to follow a feel a little better, then you might slide your hand down that rein and tip their nose towards you, and then that'll cause their hindquarters to tip away. So try not to be too sneaky, George. Kind of flop around, be clumsy. I asked Tom Curtin one time when he's doing his colt starting, what happens, because Tom Curtin has such good feel and timing, what happens when this colt goes to somebody else who doesn't have his feel and timing? And he said, well, once the colt kind of has an idea, and I'm paraphrasing here, then you start to become a little bit more clumsy. Let me follow feel. That looks good. So can you flop the stirrup and have him walk around you? So have your line short enough so he couldn't kick you. Send him forward and kind of flop the stirrup as he's walking. Make sure you're not asking him to trot with your other hand. That's good. Okay, switch sides. The left side looks good. Switch sides. And again, this is that friendly game, confidence building. Can he read George's language? That this doesn't mean anything. Can you ask him into a trot and do it? So you don't need to trot, just him. So follow feel, don't shake the rope. Now flop the stirrup, you might need a shorter line. There you go, see if you can pick up a trot. Don't shake your line. Good. Good. All right, that looks pretty good. Is your saddle tight? Okay. Then the next thing for stage 1 is to be able to get up and down 3 times on each side. You want the mounting block? Okay, I'm gonna stop the film and get the mounting block. Okay, so we're back. We got the mounting block in there. George is gonna tie off his reins. So on stage 1, we do it with a halter and lead rope. Now, if you had a horse that was a bolter or had some severe issue, then you wouldn't start in a halter. You'd work towards being able to do it in a halter. But we're kind of, we're in a round pen. There's not much where you can go. Okay, so he's a little frozen there. There you go. So the woman that's owned him before, she's done a lot of this stuff with the mounting block. So this is not new. George is just going to ask him to get in position. So he's going to get up and down 3 times. He's going to keep his eye on the horse's eye. Okay, 1. Whoop. George's normal horse is a lot shorter. 2, and back down. And 3, up and on. If your horse looks good. Okay, so now you might just wait until he might have that inside rein just a little shorter should something happen. And you're just going to wait until the horse relaxes. This is one of the patterns with this horse. When somebody gets on, he gets pretty worried about it and bracy. He's kind of looking for a cookie, but there, his ear just kind of changed a little bit. Good. There, he cocked his back leg. Let's see if a lick and chew comes. Good. There, he just kind of loosened up a little bit. Okay, why don't you hop off and do the other side. And this is actually one of the things he's doing now as part of the Granite State Savvy Club challenges for the month of May is to be able to get your horse to come to you at the mounting block from the left side and the right side. So just going to use that steady pressure, follow feel. Now rebalance him a little bit, George. His front feet are a little cockeyed. Or another step forward or something there. There, good. Okay, And go. Up and down. Good. Oh, Liz is a lot shorter than George. Might want to get off and adjust the stirrup so you're comfortable. All right? Okay. All right, so the next thing is your lateral bends. So 7 steps of lateral bend. So you're going to go 1, 2, 3, close each finger. Make sure on step 4 your hand's on the horn. 4, 5, 6, 7, straight elbow, and then bend. 2. Put your hand on the horn. And you got to make sure you slide your hand down far enough so that you can keep a straight elbow and he'll bend. So it wasn't really far enough. So try again. 2, 3, pull all the slack out. Good, straight elbow. Try to keep your heels down. There you go. And you're going to hold it until he gives to the pressure. There. Okay, and the other side. There, good. So he understands the goal. All right, why don't you go for a little walk? There we go. All right, so why don't you do, the next one is the 9-step backup, and you're gonna do that just from a walk to begin with. So 1, 2, 3, 4, keep walking, 5, 6, 7, and then 8, 9 is the actual backup. Okay, so go ahead again. So we've got the walk. So he should continue to walk. All right, so step 1 is up, 2, down to the neck, 3, keep walking, open your fingertips. Each fingertip, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then this is 8, and then 9 is the backup. Good. All right, so George, do it again, but do it as I call it, because you're a little bit ahead of me. So walk on off. Okay, step 1, 2, 3, split them, keep your fingers open. 4, 5, 6, 7, you're still walking. 8, and then 9. Good. Okay. And the last one is the emergency dismount. Oh, we might wait for him to lick and chew here. There, he finally licked and chewed. And the last thing is the emergency dismount. So you're gonna ride along, and then you're gonna make sure you land with your feet going the same direction as the horse, and then you go straight backwards, bringing the horse with you. All right, so we'll just let him yawn this out, get some adrenaline out. Okay, when you're ready. Walk on off. Good. You take your time. You're gonna slide your hand down the rein, bend to a stop. Wait till your horse straight elbow, off, land with your feet facing forward, go straight backward, bring your horse with you. Keep backing, bring your horse with you. Good. And so the idea behind that is it's a pattern so that if you had to jump off your horse in emergency, they already know that pattern to come with you, not run away from you. Good. So that's pretty much, in a nutshell, the beginnings of the riding part of stage 1. And then you just keep advancing. And actually, in stage 1, you have to do that 9-step backup from a trot. So these are all of the basic things that you would need to have a good foundation on your horse to be able to do whatever you want. If you want to go trail riding, if you want to work with cattle, anything in performance, these are some real basic things for your horse to be able to do, but more so for you to have really good feel and timing. All right, like I said, that stage 1 clinic is this weekend. You're welcome to audit. You'll get a handout, and I think there might be 1 or 2 spots left for advancing stage 1 on Sunday. All right, thank you so much for watching.